Well, this brings me to, I wanted to bring our product to you. This was a while ago and I didn't know how. And the first thing I did was reach out to you and I said, hey, we're starting this platform for teletherapy. It's very specific for special education in that it's like Zoom, but specifically designed for us to use. And I loved what you said. It was like, I don't want to put an ad on there, but I'm willing to take a look at it. And that has been quite a journey. I think we're about a year now since we've been talking. And I just was hoping that you could share a little bit about your journey with working with like a new digital company and, how we've grown with you and your company.
Yeah. So at the time when you approached me, I think it was much more of like a fledgling platform, which is great because at that time there weren't nearly as many like Tele-Practice specific platforms. People were piecing it together through Microsoft Teams or Zoom, and my company was using Zoom exclusively. We've been using that from the beginning. So when you first approached me, I was like, I'll listen. I don't know if I see the need to switch, but like, I want to know what's out there. And then after trying it and seeing some of the growing pains that Zoom was having, especially during COVID, that's when I was really like, okay, this could actually be worthwhile to switch to something that's Tele-Practice specific. And I have to give you guys a lot of credit because you've been so accommodating and responsive to any of the things that I've said, hey, could we do this? So just to let people know, we use a billing system for a lot of our school contracts that is like an online system where you enter your SOAP notes. And I said to Mei Ling, I was like, if I'm going to use this, I have to have integration because Exceptional has a great SOAP note system in it already. And what I didn't want to happen is that my therapists were going to have to enter it in Exceptional Learning and then our billing system and do duplicate work. So I was like, if we could get some integration, and you guys were great about working with me to use the developer that I had to make that happen. And we worked really, really hard on that. And then just some of the other things that you guys had, like you have this huge library of resources, which we were piecing together before with like link lists and Google Drive. And we still have that stuff, but it's nice to have it just incorporated into the program. And like even a little thing like, in Zoom, when you give a kid mouse control, they can just go crazy with it. And then you can't get it back. And you're trying to like, okay, stop wiggling the mouse. That you can like give and take the mouse control in Exceptional Learning was really nice. Even with Chromebooks, which was always a big thing in Zoom, like if a kid's on a Chromebook, they can't play the games and like that seems to work fine. So yeah, it's been a really cool process. And like I said, I give you guys a lot of credit for just the responsiveness and flexibility you've had in catering it to what we need. Because I definitely wouldn't get that with Zoom. Zoom's just like, here's your users, like figure it out. And you kind of have to bootstrap it to figure out what you're doing. So I think it's been a great process and it's been really interesting to be kind of on the ground of that as we're building it into what we need it to be.
Love that my team and I approached you with, what's your wish list? If you could have all of the products that you're using, because I know you were using a couple of different platforms, if you could have it all together in one place, what would that be? And we've been working with a couple other practice companies like clinics and school districts. And we found that there are a couple that floated to the top, like onboard goal taking, data taking for your goals. Plus, minus, and then it aggregates the information and boom, like at any point, you know exactly where your student is rather than doing it like I did back in the day on a piece of paper, and then doing it myself. So there's a couple of these things that it just seemed universally, significant. And our tech has just been incredible. I mean, I've worked with a couple tech companies. I don't know if but I was working on brain computer interface technology for AAC a year and a half ago. And, it's difficult to get all of the bells and whistles that you want, all the features that you want. But our team is made up of people that are coming from like Microsoft and Tesla backgrounds. And we're so blessed. I can't even tell you. And we're now in an era, and for people that are watching too, like you can now dream of like, I wish it could do this. And someone can create that. Especially like if you're in the gaming area, I like to bring this up a lot because people who do gaming, I mean, that's the cutting edge of things, and with the right developers, just these things that are, they're picking up on algorithms, they're learning based on your actions. There's all these cool things that we can incorporate into our daily life, like into our practices. And so we have people like yourself, Marissa, who are coming to us and going, what do you think about, could it do this? And we're like, you know what? it can. So we are doing things that are going to be machine learning. And that may be a little bit of techie talk, but it is aggregating your students' information and then being able to give you like recommended information based on your goals. Yeah, we're
Very
talking
cool.
about some like real deep stuff. I know.
That's real high level.
I'm actually thinking like, am I allowed to talk about this?
That's cool.
Yeah, but with the right companies, you know, we're going to be able to do that. And I've been involved in a couple of like health-based tech groups now, and they're looking for people like us, you know, people who are clinicians with a lot of experience, people who are tech savvy, and that's become almost everybody now. Like even my mom knows how to use Zoom, you know, and they also need our unique and novel way that we look at tech. So that you don't know how to code, you know, but you can bring together, you can be a bridge between the person that you're servicing and your career and, you know, all the professional things that you do. And then also all of that boring paperwork, administrative information, right? So people like yourself and people that are watching, you know, if you can come up with a better way, a better system, you know, a better way to use technology, most companies, if they have the right team, you know, they can create that. And so I want to thank you because you're really one of the first people that have said yes to us and a pioneer. You're on that VIP.
Thanks.
Yes, you're on that VIP team with us to create a really amazing product. So this has just been really exciting, and just want to thank you for your patience and your team's patience, because, you know, every company has glitches, but I think that, you know, we've kind of gotten to smooth sailing right now. So
yeah, absolutely. It's a learning process, but I think it's been worth it to fine tune. This is exactly what we want it to do. Instead of having to piece it together from all these different things. Okay, let's do Zoom. Let's do Google Drive. Let's do the billing system that we have. But that billing system doesn't work for outpatient clients. So we have to have a separate EMR. And then if you do insurance billing, like that's going to be a separate thing. And just, it's so many, like an SLP toolkit so I can take data. Like it's just a lot and it's doable, but it's like, and you add up all those subscriptions too, where you're like, how much am I paying for like all of these different systems? And they don't integrate together. They don't talk. And I have to keep track of all of them. So it's been really nice to just like make it one thing. This is how we access things. This is how we document things. And it's definitely, I would recommend it at least as something to look at. Like I said, there are more now that are more telepractice specific. And I know people are always going to be like, nope, Zoom or die. That's what I'm going to do. But I think it's worth looking into what is out there, at least so you know more of what the cutting edge technology is specific to your industry. And I'm sure like if a doctor's watching this, it's going to be something maybe different for them. Like they're trying to use like a doctor specific telepractice site. But if you're doing like the therapy sort of stuff or special education stuff, I definitely think it's something worth looking into to just like see what's out there, what's different about this than what I'm doing right now, what could be a better fit for me.
Thank you, Marissa. I really appreciate your feedback about exceptional learning, and we invite everyone who's watching absolutely to come and take a look.